What in the world is going on with real estate in Sacramento right now? I'm here to give you the answers for 2023. Hey everybody, Doug Reynolds here, your Sacramento area realtor. Been helping buyers and sellers and investors in Sacramento real estate since 2006, and love doing market updates, talking about the market, what's going on. And this one specifically, a good friend of mine, a lot of you know him, Mr. Ryan Lundquist of SacramentoAppraisalblog.com. He puts out amazing data, good info. He had a post recently and just had some great stuff. So I wanted to cherry pick a few of those items and hit on them and talk about what in the heck is going on in real estate. I hear some people that think one thing, some people think another, all this stuff. So here's some data to just kind of show you where things are at right now, starting the year in 2023. We're going to kind of pull apart 2022 and more specifically kind of the second part of 2022 to show you sort of where things are at. And then I will give kind of my take or assessment a little bit of where I think things are going to be kind of progressing to. Obviously, don't have a crystal ball, but just kind of my gut feel on a few things, all right? So I'm going to throw a lot of data at you. Hopefully you can digest this. I'm going to throw up some particular graphs and charts, and I'll sort of hit on them a little bit, okay? Now, this is for the Sacramento region. Down at the bottom there, the annual stats for the whole Sacramento region. This is all over, including like Placer and Yolo and El Dorado as well. The median price, and this is if you take the entire year of 2021 for the region, was about $550, $549, $950. That's that median sales price. And if you took the entire year of 2022, you can see that it ended the whole year adding together at $589. So it's like, oh, wow. The median price went up from 21 to 22, 7% increase over that time, okay? So if you're looking at just kind of annual stuff, you might be thinking, okay, well, the year must have ended strong in 2022 because prices are higher for that year. Well, let's take a look at this. Year over year up at the top, median price, if you're looking at just December now, in 21, the median price just for December was $555. But in 22, the median price was $530. So wait a second, I thought prices went up 7% in 22. Well, for just the month of 22, they were down almost 5%. So here's where the real story comes in. The first half of 2022 was very hot, prices increasing. But then once we get to May, and we go May through the end of the year, basically the second half of the year, you can see median price for May 2022, so in the middle of 2022, the median was all the way up to $625. But we ended the year at $530. So the second half of the year had about a 15% decrease in value. So you can see there that the first half of the year was incredibly strong. Second half of the year was quite weak as far as a median price goes. Let's throw out some other stuff here. Here's a good little chart showing that. Now, as you can see, these are years and pricing and what's going on in the region. Oh, this is specifically for Sacramento County. Ryan does amazing stuff. Once again, SacramentoAppraisalblog.com. Check out all of his great stuff. I'm just kind of regurgitating this here, trying to break down a few specific things. This is the last couple of years. You can see what's going on with the median price in Sacramento County. Take a look at the black one. That is 2022. First half of the year, price is going up, and then a very sharp decline there. What happened? Interest rates went up over 7%, and buyers pulled back. Less sales were happening, less competition. Sellers were having to lower their prices to get the property sold. So you can see there, very clear line. Years in the past, that's not as common, but this is what happened in 2022. First half up, second half coming down. And additionally, for the entire year of 2022, days on the market was only 25 days on the market. But, so that's for the whole year of 2022, houses averaged 25 days on the market to get sold. But December it averaged about 49 days just specifically in December. So once again, if we're looking at annual, it tells one story. If you look at kind of the second half of the year, it's telling another story. If you look at just specifically December, it's telling us more different information. All right, what else do we got here? Okay, this one's interesting. This is for Sacramento County. This is the annual sales volume. That's the amount of homes that's sold. Okay, so how many houses sold in that particular year for Sacramento County? And as you can see, 2022 was a lot less than most of the recent years. For the last decade plus, we sold less homes total. The volume was down about 20%, about 20% less than the recent years past that we had for 21, 20, those types of things. You can see it was on par with about 2006. Not a great year for Sacramento. And then 2007 was a horrible year. Trust me, I was in real estate at that time in 2007. Not a lot of stuff going on. Okay, now let's take what we just looked at but make it more specific now, okay? So Sacramento County sales volume just for December only, it's the lowest amount of closed homes that we've had in 20 plus years. So for the year, volume was down about 20%, but for the month, down 40%. So this is really just a video to remind you, stats can be kind of twisted, manipulated, and consorted in any way that you want. If you look at just an annual type of thing, you say, yeah, values are up 7%. If you look at year over year, you can go, they're just down about 4 or 5%. If you look at kind of a segment of time, the second half of the year, you're like, oh, wow, they're down like 15%. So this is to remind you, stats, data, all that stuff, you really need to wrap your head around bigger picture, medium picture, smaller picture, those types of things to get a feel for what's going on, all right? Now, interest rates have come back down. The time I'm shooting this video, they're pretty close to about 6% right now. I've been doing this a long time. For Thanksgiving through New Year's, there was not a lot going on in 2022. My phone was not ringing much, not many emails. Now we're in the middle of January, getting close to the end of January, and my phone's starting to ring again. I'm starting to get emails. I believe the gears are finally starting to get moving again. Interest rates, middle of the year, the gears just locked up and there wasn't a whole lot going on. Volume was down 40%. I think people have now seen, okay, rates have come down a bit. Buyers are getting familiar with the 2-1 rate buy down program so they can get started at a way lower rate the first couple of years in their mortgage. Prices have come down a bit from the point of the peak that they were at. And so affordability is definitely better than it was 6-7 months ago, even 3 or 4 or 5 months ago for sure. And I think there's definitely some buyers that are going, okay, this is what we've been waiting for. I didn't want competition. I didn't want to have to compete with 20 offers. I didn't want to have to bid $40,000, $50,000 over the list price. I can actually look at a house for a couple of days before I make a decision. I actually can probably negotiate with the seller a little bit. I think the gears are starting to move, okay? If rates can stay where they're at, maybe even trickle down a little bit more, I think we're going to start moving towards kind of a normal amount of sales volume. I think we'll have a leveling off of the values, probably not see them continue to just precipitously slip there. And I think in a few months, we're going to look back and go, okay, the beginning of 2023 was sort of the end of that slide and that correction from when rates shot up. And we'll start to see kind of a normal market moving forward. My crystal ball is cloudy. I don't have control over interest rates or other things like that, but that's kind of just my gut feel, having done this for a while, all right? Now, if you're curious about Sacramento real estate, you want more detailed information, you're thinking about maybe buying, you're thinking about maybe selling, I can help you out. Feel free to check out my website, realestatewithdoug.com. Would love to just be open and honest, share information with you, and see how I can help you out, all right? I hope 2023 has been off to a great start for you. I look forward to talking to you soon, and clear skies.